Hi again, unlicensed thinkers. A lot of times we are afraid of change and chaos and disruption to what's going on. I mean, if you look at the world right now, change is happening all the time, but we'll get back to that. So how can we use this to improve ourselves as opposed to being pulled down by it and letting it feel oppressive? When an earthquake happens, what happens to the ground and the soil is called liquefaction. And liquefaction, what it does is it sort of upsets everything. It excites everything. It puts it into a more fluid state. So the ground becomes fluid. And this is where you see things like the ground actually changing shape, or, you know, a little over exaggerated in the movies, but, you know, you see things break apart and buildings kind of fall into the ground. And in a sense, that does happen in reality. But let's go with the movie version of it here because it's very obvious and easy to look at. So when this liquefaction happens, things change. Things are in a fluid state. Things are mutable. And then when the earthquake is over, what happens is all of that soil, that earth that was previously mutable and changeable, it resettles into something more solid again. It becomes solid ground, solid earth again. And that's called, of course, solidification, because it becomes solid. So in the current world that we're in, things are changing all the time. So this is actually a great opportunity because we keep returning to that state of the earthquake, that state of liquefaction where things can change. And now what I want you to consider here is the idea of your habits. And so when you get upset like this, when you are experiencing that chaos or that earthquake, you are put into a more mutable state. And this is something that our brains do to help protect us. You know, if we run out of food in one area where we've been hunting, then our brains make it so that we are easily adapted to the next area where we need to hunt. And this is something that keeps us alive, of course, you know, back in our ancestral days. So our ability to change, our ability to be mutable as things around us change is very important. And we can still use that in the world today, because when things get upset, when things get liquefied and they are changeable and they are mutable, that is your opportunity to make a conscious decision about what your new habits are going to be. Because whatever you lay your habits down as during that time of liquefaction, that is what your habits are going to be when everything solidifies. So you make the choice. You decide, what do I want my habits to be? And so in this current world, things are getting upset. Something changes today and tomorrow, and there's a new news cycle, and there's new rules about what you can and can't do, and the world is just changing every day. So this is actually fantastic. We get to go through and test all of these and fix all of these habits that we want to try out or that we don't like about ourselves. And so we can move into these new habits very easily right now, and we can do it constantly. And so we can keep trying to improve, trying to do something better, trying to find the thing that works for us, the thing that is just right. You think of the term settle in. How many things does settle in refer to? So when the earthquake is over, things settle in. All of the soil and the sand and the earth, they all compact together again. They settle in. So in our lives, that applies to when we move to a new place. What do? We settle in. When you get a new job, what do? You settle in. So you have this change, you have this upset, and then you settle into whatever it is. There's so many more things that this applies to. I mean, you can come up with your own list, but when you fall in love, you are in a more mutable state because that's a change from how you normally act to this person who acts as an in-love person. When you have a breakup, you're going from this pattern that you have all the time, these habits that you have of being with this person, to now not having them. Same thing when a loss occurs, like a death. When something new is invited into your life, like a new pet or a new child, you have another opportunity. Your life is being upset. Your life is changing into something different. And you at that time have the opportunity to say, I don't like this old habit. I'm going to leave that aside. And while I'm in this mutable state, I'm going to pick up only these new good habits. So you could have an accident that could upset your life and throw you into this whole new way of being. And you can, I mean, of course, we're going to fight it. That's our natural state, but we can also use it. We can use that opportunity because we have been put into that more mutable state, just like the hunter who had to start hunting in a new area. We can use that aspect of our brain that uses the liquefaction and allows things to resettle in a chosen fashion, in a better fashion, in an improved way, so that they can move on to a better life. And you can think of different ways that you can throw yourself into a little bit of chaos, because sometimes you want an opportunity to do this. Rearrange the furniture in your house. Seriously, probably the easiest thing you can do. It doesn't have to be permanent. Just rearrange it for a week, for 2 weeks. Rearrange it for long enough that it no longer annoys you, that you think of it as normal. Then rearrange it again. And that throws enough chaos into your life that you are in this liquid state again, that you can resettle into something that you want. And so it's not just the furniture, it becomes everything in your life that has the opportunity to change, because your brain doesn't know that it's only the furniture that changed. Your brain knows, I need to readapt. And so it looks for the different ways that it can readapt. And that might be to the furniture. It might be you taking a new route to work. It could be anything. Do something to upset your life if you want to make a change. Like I said, fortunately nowadays, that's being done for us, but sometimes you might need that extra little boost, or you might be used to your new normal, so to speak. And so you can throw something else in there and allow yourself to attain that state of liquefaction so that you can attain that state of solidification in a manner that you choose. So again, you get to decide in these times. You get to decide, do I want to make my habits the same that haven't been working for me? Do I want to keep redoing the same thing over and over again, even though I know that it's not working? Or do I want to make a change during this time of liquefaction? I can stop drinking. I can stop being promiscuous. I can stop smoking drugs or whatever. I can stop eating cake all the time. I can do whatever it is that improves my life. I can start exercising more. I can start meditating. I can practice abstinence and getting to know myself instead of relying on another person. I can do more soul seeking. I can search for personal growth. I can make all these good things my habits, and I can leave these bad habits behind. These bad habits where I might be wasting money, wasting time, just kind of throwing my life away and not valuing it. And I can make my new habits where I'm taking care of myself, where I'm valuing myself, where I'm valuing my existence, where I'm finding a purpose in life that is a true purpose, something where I'm helping other people, something that I feel really good about. So use these earthquakes, so to speak, this chaos that you get thrown into. Use it for your benefit. See what more you can make of your life and how much happier you can be by taking this chaos and turning it into an opportunity. So of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to hit like and share the video. Have a great day.